Section 3.5 is writing and graphing equations of lines. So we have three different forms of linear equations. The most common is slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. M in this form stands for slope, and b stands for the y-intercept. Standard form just means that x and y are on the same side, but this one cannot have fractions or decimals. And we don't use this one a lot, but just in case you see it, that's standard form. And then point slope form is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. So m again is the slope, and x1, y1 are an ordered pair that you put in. So normally for a point slope form, we don't ever leave it in that form. We usually go back to slope intercept. So it's up to you whether you use point slope form or you just stick with slope intercept form the whole time. So let's look at the first example. Write an equation of the line in slope intercept form. So again, slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. So those are the two numbers that need to be filled in. Now I can actually see, remember y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis. In this picture I can actually see the y-intercept is 4. Okay, so I just need to find the slope so I can finish writing my equation. So the slope number needs to go in front of the x. Since the y-intercept is 4, I can have that plus 4 at the end. So let's go ahead and find the slope. Remember, y's go on top, so 4 minus negative 2. And x on the bottom, 0 minus 3. Minus and negative makes a plus. 4 plus 2 is 6. Over negative 3 is negative 2. So my slope is negative 2. So negative 2 should go where the m is in the y equals mx plus b. And now we have that in slope-intercept form. Now sometimes we're not going to know the intercept, and so then we will have to do a little bit more math, and I'll show you that in the next problem. Write an equation of a parallel line. So write an equation of a line passing through the point negative 1, 1, so there's my x and my y. That is parallel. Remember, parallel means same slope to the line with the equation y equals 2x minus 3. So the only thing that you're taking from this equation is, since I'm being parallel to it, I am going to take my slope of 2 and I'm going to use that because parallel lines again have the same slope. So there's two ways you can do this problem. You can do it with point slope or slope intercept. So I will do both, and then you can decide which method you like better. So I'm going to do point slope first. Okay, so remember, point slope looks like y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. And the ordered pair go in for x1 and y1. So I do y minus the y value of my point 1 equals m, which is my slope. In this case, that's 2. And then x minus the x value of my ordered pair, which is negative 1. And then I just have to simplify this down. The two negatives make a positive. Distribute the 2, and I get y minus 1 equals 2x plus 2. Add the 1, and I have my final equation, y equals 2x plus 3. That line is parallel to y equals 2x minus 3 because the slopes are the same. Now whenever we're writing an equation parallel or perpendicular, we never worry about the current b value they gave us because we're finding a new b value since it's parallel. So I'll also do this one with slope-intercept, just so you can see what that looks like. Y equals mx plus b. So we have to find the y-intercept. So for slope-intercept, your x and y value from your points go in for the x and y, so we can find b. So y is 1. Slope again was 2. X value is negative 1, and I need to find b so I can write my equation. So then I have 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 plus b. Add 2 over to find b. and we get 3 equals b. So I can rewrite it so I have my equation y equals m, which is 2x plus b, which is 3. And so if you notice, I get the same answer I had with point slope. So again, it's your choice whether you use the point slope formula or you use the slope intercept. Whichever one makes more sense to you should be the one that you use. Alright, write an equation of a perpendicular line. So write an equation of a line J passing through the point 2, 3 that is perpendicular. So remember, perpendicular, we need an opposite reciprocal for the slope. And it's perpendicular to line K, which is y equals negative 2x plus 2. Remember, we never use the b value that they give us, so my slope is negative 2 over 1. But because I want perpendicular, I need to do the opposite reciprocal. So I need to change the sign, so it's going to be positive. And I need to flip it over, so 2 over 1 becomes 1 over 2. So my new slope is 1/2, and then I still use my point. So we already did it both types on the previous page, so go ahead and pick which type works best for you, and go ahead and solve this problem. Okay, so I'm going to go through and write them both again so that you can see those. So point slope would be y minus the y value, 3, equals the slope 1/2, parenthesis x minus the x value. Distribute the 1/2, you have y minus 3 equals 1/2 x minus 1. Add the 3 over, and we have y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So let's just double check we did that. I'll do the slope intercept form in case that's the way you did it. So I would do y, which is 3, equals slope 1/2 times the x value 2 plus b. So 3 equals 1 plus b, subtract 1, 2 equals b. I need to rewrite my equation, y equals slope 1/2 x plus b, which is 2. So either way, you get y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So again, pick which one works the best for you, slope intercept or point slope, and stick with that. Alright, last equation. Write the equation of the line. What do the y-intercept and slope mean in this problem? So if we look, we could estimate what the y-intercept is, but we don't want to do that. So we are going to write our equation. So first thing, we need to know what the slope is, and we don't. So y's go on top, so 363 minus 231, and x is on the bottom, 5 minus 2. So then we can subtract those. 363 minus 231 is 132 over 3. Hopefully that comes out. It does, and we got 44. So my slope is 44. So now that I have my slope, I can pick one of my points and write my equation. So I'm going to pick this point because it's smaller, but you could pick the other one and get the same thing. So I'm just going to do this with point slope. If you do point intercept or slope intercept, that's fine. Just make sure you get the same answer as me. So we have y minus y value of 231 equals the slope 44 times x minus the x value of 2. So y minus 231 equals 44x minus 88. Add the 231 over. And we get 143. So that's why, again, it would have been bad to estimate because we would have probably never guessed that it was 143. So that's the equation of my line. And it says, what do the y-intercept and slope mean? Well, if we look at this graph, we have gym membership costs. This is the number of months, and this is the total cost in dollars. So if we start out at some amount of money, $143, okay, that must be the initial cost for my gym. Is the 143 or the y-intercept. And then the 44, that goes up 44 for every month. Okay, so that must be $44 per month, which is my slope. Okay, and that's all there is to this section.